AI and insurance. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from insurancequotes.com is analyst Michael Giusti. Hi, Michael.
Hi, thanks for having me.
A pleasure to see you. And you are the author of the guide, How AI is Changing the Future of Insurance. So give us a bit of an overview of what's taking place today.
Yeah, so just like everything, AI is everywhere, and within the insurance industry, it's kind of like where a lot of the generative AI is going. There's a little bit on the front end customer service where you get the chat bots that are better on the website, and you get the automated phone call that's a little bit better, but that's really just the beginning of what they're doing. It kind of goes then to the middle. Well, certainly where the customer sees it most is at the end of uh, the cycle, right? So right at a claim, you get into an accident, and then you can use that AI on the app to snap a picture of the accident, and then it will go and compare the image recognition to the parts lists compared to the repair estimates, and yeah, so they can actually speed up the process of underwriting quite a bit.
Well, let me find out about the impact on consumers here, their policies and premiums. Obviously, one of the things that would come to mind is AI going to determine whether or not I should be insured and what the price is going to be, that kind of thing?
So theoretically, that's where we could see it going. It's not where it is right now, and that's one of the reasons is that insurance is famously conservative. They're regulated at the state level, and so they have to justify to the state regulators, this is why I'm charging this person this amount. Now, could AI help the underwriter come up with the rate? And yeah, absolutely. And so I think what we're going to see is not AI itself making the decision, should I get this policy or where should I be charged. More what you're going to see is the human underwriter who makes that final decision using these AI tools to go and sift through different information. And so you see AI go like for business insurance, the AI could go and mine all the Yelp reviews and all the feedback that businesses get online, or um, theoretically, I haven't heard of this, but I've heard people say this could happen where AI could go look at your social media feeds and look for risky behaviors and things like that. So it would then create a flag and then let the human underwriter make the decision on how it might affect the rates. That's where we are right now.
Yes, some automakers, with permission, put dongles, I guess, in cards in the cars in the OBD ports to determine what kind of driver I am. Might they also ask for me to wear something so they they know for health insurance, for
Well,
instance?
you kind of already are with your phone, and so that's already giving a lot of real time data about how much you're standing, how much you're walking. They're not really tapping into it right now without your permission, but that's very easy to see that, and then take it to the Apple Watch. I think my insurance company gave me a incentive to buy an Apple Watch, right? So they're trying to get ease the way so that we have the biometrics information, the real time sensors. And yeah, that would be a very short hop and a skip to say, okay, well, now that we've got you this Apple Watch, now that we have this real time data, let's look and see, what does this have to do with how's your heart rate, how's your blood pressure, how's your dissolved oxygen, and all the things that it can keep real time. Uh, I could definitely see that moving toward more of an underwriting stance. With health insurance, though, there is no pre-existing condition clause anymore, so they're not going to deny you coverage. And there's only specific things that allow them to change the rates. So, like if you're a smoker or how old you are. So it would be more theoretically again toward kind of helping improve health and wellness to drive down their costs more so than to pick up rates at this point.
Life insurance?
Yeah, so life insurance is a big one because there's a lot of data that they're looking for, and you used to just be the actuarial tables and say, okay, so this 35-year-old male non-smoker, lives in this zip code, and then they'd spit out a rate. But now they could very easily go and say, okay, so here's all this treasure trove of data. he went skydiving on his 23rd birthday, right? They have this information that they can just sift through and get some real information really fast. And so, yeah, again, they have to justify why they're using it, and they can't be discriminatory in any way. But that's definitely a powerful tool that has a lot of potential there.
Yeah, it is an interesting subject, and we can flip it too. I guess consumers can use AI or tools to when they're shopping for insurance, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and I think comparing policies, and that's one thing kind of in the back end of insurance that's kind of the wonky side that the consumers don't really see. AI is really good at reading through policy language, reading through contracts, and saying, okay, so here's this claim. Is it covered by this policy? That might have taken a researcher, an intern, 3 or 4 hours to go search through that policy language. With the AI, is going to be able to spit out the answer just immediately. So on the back end, it's going to help insurers with that paperwork. But you're right, on the consumer side, it definitely can help compare policies and speed up the shopping process.
Tell me what your thoughts are about some of the risks. You mentioned some perhaps in using AI.
The biggest risk when it comes to insurance is bias, right? You don't want to be making a decision based on a protected class. You don't want to use race as a determinant. You don't want to use pregnancy status as a determinant, right? So these things that are federally protected as protected classes, we need to make sure that's not part of the rate conversation. So the challenge with AI is it's a black box, and it's making all these decisions behind the scenes and then spitting out its answer and not showing its work. So maybe it gets in its head that such and such race is a better insurance risk than another. It's not going to show us that it's doing that. It's just going to be doing it quietly in the background. And that's really one of the biggest challenges, is opening that black box to make sure we tell it, you can't do this discrimination against the protected class, and then be able to show the regulators we aren't doing this.
What might AI mean for jobs in the industry?
The best analysis that I've heard is that right now, the people who need to worry about their jobs are the people who are already being outsourced to call centers, right? So if you're centralized and doing everything through, a call center in rural America or India, perhaps, that's probably going to be the first level of where AI is going to come in. Theoretically, you could replace a on-site field adjuster with an AI just app on a phone. But what they're saying is, well, it just doesn't have that bedside manner at this point. It doesn't know the questions to ask at this point. So right now, if I was in a call center, I'd be worried. But I think for the kind of middle and high-end jobs, the agent and the adjusters and the underwriters, they're going to more see AI as a tool to help them do their job better.
For now, at least, right?
For now.
Then there is the issue of autonomous vehicles,
Yeah.
AI-driven cars. There's
Yeah.
some big issues there involving insurance, I think, like who's responsible if the
That's
automaker says, hey, I can go to sleep or read, I don't have to pay attention anymore. That's not the case yet, but it's coming, I
but
suppose.
that's the question, right? So say an AI taxi, right? Yeah, you're the passenger. You're the only human in that vehicle. Are you then responsible? Of course not. You're in the back seat. You're a taxi cab passenger. You're no more responsible for that than you are for your Uber driver. Okay, so then who is? Is it going to be the programmer who didn't get the LiDAR set properly, and so now it clipped the telephone pole? Is it the automaker who had some flaw in the design that let it do it? It's that question of fault is really going to be the core of it. So, who is at fault for this accident? Because accidents happen, right? And so, hopefully, you take the human element out of it, you're going to reduce the amount of accidents. But they're not called on purposes; they're called accidents, right? And so you're going to still have accidents. And so, who is going to be held responsible for it? That really is the key question for that automated the automated drivers, and especially the automated taxis.
And some of the car makers are looking to sell us vehicles, private ownership.
Yeah.
of these, we call them robo taxis, but just vehicles that can drive themselves.
Right, right. And
Um,
so that still extends out to the fault, right? And so right now, my car has what is it, the adaptive cruise control, that where it keeps me a set number of car lengths away from the car in front of me. That's awesome in stop and go driving. I can sit there and I can set it, and I don't have to, pull my hair out, what little hair I have left, pull my hair out in the stop and go driving. But if my car were to accidentally rear end the car in front of me because something failed in that sensor, it's still on me. It's still my responsibility. And there is going to be a tipping point where the vehicle was certified as autonomous. And once it's certified as autonomous, then whose fault is it? And that's the real open question.
right. You might not even have to be in the driver's seat at that point.
Right. Or maybe you send your kids to their father's house, right? You pop your kids in the back, let the car take over and drive them to soccer practice, right? And you don't even need the adult in the car. You're certainly not going to hold the kid responsible for that.
Is there a place people can go for more info on the work you're doing?
Yeah, insurancequotes.com. That's where we publish all of our reports. And it's also a great place to shop for policies. We kind of aggregate all the different auto and homeowners policies together so you can see who's got the best coverage and who's got the best price.
Using AI?
It's using algorithms, but I'm not comfortable yet saying it's AI, but it's definitely a cool automated process.
Terrific. Michael Giusti, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Great. Thank you so much.